Hi guys, and welcome to episode 7 of Saving Schalke. This is the first episode in the Bundesliga, and today we'll be playing the first round of the Pokal alongside Borussia Dortmund in our first game back in the Bundesliga. But before we get into the games, let's run you through some of the transfers that we've done this year. So there's a few, let's go through the outs first. There's a few players that left on a free transfer. None of them were going to make my side, and I just thought it was best to get them off the wage bill than keep them there. First of all, we got rid of Harrod. So he came back from his loan at Marseille and went straight out to Wolfsburg for 5.5 million. I wasn't going to use him, so I thought might as well cash in. Same with Rabi. I know I mentioned about bringing him in, but he didn't do well in the Pro League, the Belgium League. So I was like, if he can't do it there, he won't really do it in the Bundesliga. So decided to cash in, get someone better. You'll see later on in the video who that is. So 2.1 million I got on him. Then going down the list, got rid of Flick, just a German youngster. Wasn't going to really use him, so cashed in while I could for 700k. And Hamza Mendel, so he's gone out to St Etienne for 1 million. If we go to the squad, I have tried to get rid of some other players. So players like Drexler, we've listed him and he was unhappy. This guy's requested to be transfer listed as well. They're just players that are not going to play. Kabak, he actually came to me and asked to be transfer listed. So we've agreed on a sell price of 20 million, I think. But then literally a few days later, he actually broke his leg. So it looks like he won't be going until January. Okay, now to go through the ins. As you saw from last season, I brought a few players in. So we've got Matteo Regari, left back, looks very good, very attacking left back, which I quite like. 20 years old, got potential to be 4.5 star, so that's really good. Currently a 3.5 star player. Then we brought in Blanco from Real Madrid. Once again, looks like he could be a 4.5 star player. Currently a 3-star player. He's quite well rounded, so I will be looking to play him as my box to box. Yeah. So he'll be playing as my box to box midfielder alongside Scott more so than not. Then we brought in Mark Noble. Mark Noble's just a sentimental one for me, really. I knew his West Ham career was over when he announced it in real life, so I knew he wouldn't be keeping on. Got him for a good 18 penalty taking, 20 teamwork, 19 leadership. He's only 2.5 star. Can't see him playing many games, but we'll try and involve him here and there. Then we've got this Ghana youth player. He looked better when I signed him last year. He could have the potential to be 3.5 star, but it's a youngster. He's only on 450 quid a week, so it's nothing major. So now moving on to the big signings that we made. So we made Georgie, can't pronounce his surname, but we bought him for 2.8 million. He was on loan with Valencia last season. He wanted to extend his loan there, but we actually swooped in and got him first. He's currently a 4-star goalkeeper, potential to be 5-star, only on 4k per week. Star player, looks insane. So he's going to be our starting goalkeeper from now on. Then we signed Kevin. So Kevin looked great last season. Really looking forward to using him. So we've got him for 4.5 million plus the loan. So it brings it up to about 5.5, just shy of that. Overall, we've played Dynamo Dresden for him. But yeah, he looks a very good centre-back. Then we've brought in Robert Wagner. So he was a youngster at Freiburg. Got him for 375k. 2-star, could potentially be 5-star. He's a centre midfielder, ball-winning midfielder, or he's also an advanced playmaker. I might try and transfer him more into advanced playmaker, because I think some of his attributes could be quite good, like his passing there, teamwork, first touch, dribbling. Just need to improve that agility a bit to make him a brilliant one, but he looks a very good youngster, and for 3k a week in a squad player role, I thought there's no brainer there. So now moving on to the two big ones. So we've got Adeyemi from RB Salzburg for 15 million. He did quite well in Austria last year. Soon to be a German international. 4-star, 5-star potential. I need to improve his finishing. He's going to be my striker for this year. Very pacey. Composure and finishing are the two key attributes that I would like to improve for him. He could always be our inverted winger or inverted forward, but when you see that we've signed Yusuf Demir as well, so we signed Yusuf for 11.75 million from Rapid Vienna. He was at Barcelona on loan last year, didn't really tear it up, but hopefully this year, inverted forward role, he will be insane for us. He's on 27.5k per week, star player, estimated value about 50 million, 4-star with a 5-star potential, so I'm really liking it. He's on a 5-year contract. I don't think I could have gone wrong with some of these signings. We don't have much left in the way of budgets. I would like to get a backup left back. So if you look at our squad depth, left back, Kevin's one of our centre backs, and we've got him who's a centre back as well. So we really need a left back to cover Regari, and I want a better centre attack in mid than using Carlos Tevez this year. I love Tevez, but I just think we could do with a better player than him this year. So, and potentially a striker, because if you look at our strikers, we've got Adeyemi, Demir, so first starting striker, our right winger, then Scott's a centre midfielder, Tevez we're looking to replace, Butler, Motica and Wagner, not strikers for me. You've got a winger, centre attacking midfielder, and someone that I'm looking to move on. So realistically, I would like to bring in another striker, centre attacking mid, and a left back. And with only minimal budgets left, I don't know if I'll be able to. You can see a few players that I'm looking to bring on. So I'm looking to bring in loan Sam McCallum, quite just cheap option, just going to be a backup, nothing more. And Eddie here from Inter Milan, looking to bring him in, and those two then might call it a day at the transfer window. But anyway, we've got our first round of the Pokal here. Going to rotate the side slightly so we get a few youngsters playing, but let's just jump straight into it. So the side that we're actually playing today aren't in a playable league. So for that reason, I've decided to rotate the side a tiny bit, not much, but we've got a few youngsters in there. So we've got Podlet, Campanale, we've got Malik, who's a youngster. We've also got Wagner, who won't be starting every game. So we've gone for a tiny bit of a rotation in the side, and hopefully we can win this game quite comfortably. So first highlight here, 11 minutes in, throw-in with Regani into Blanco. And we're keeping the ball. Blanco plays the ball across to Scott, across the face of the area. Outside to Campanale, who has a shot and it's just wide. So it's 11 minutes in, and we've looked a tiny bit threatening, but nothing as of yet. So they've got a goal kick here, 23 minutes in. We win the header. Wagner tries to slot in Sane. He's on his left foot, and it looks like he's won a penalty for us. And it looks like their player could have received a yellow card, which he has. And we have got Adeyemi running up. And the keeper saved it to keep it at 0-0. But we keep it alive, and Demir forces a save, tipped over the bar from the goalkeeper. Disappointing we didn't score that penalty, but I'm sure he'll have more opportunities. Adeyemi, Rigari, and they clear it out, just out to Sane though, who wins it back, driving forward, and we win another corner. And it looks like it's Rigari over to take again, probably aiming for our 2 centre-backs in the box, which he wins the header and it's just over the bar. So 25 minutes gone, still 0-0, but we've looked the better side. And they've got a goal kick here again. Long ball up, poor goal kick, and we win the header with Adeyemi, our striker. So didn't even reach halfway line, but we're keeping the ball over to Sane, who tries to head it back into the middle, but Adeyemi's not aware and it's not closing him down now, their centre-back. But they play it long and Campanale intercepts. Wayward ball by Wagner, but luckily Rigari wins it. Kevin's driving forward a bit. Ball over Yusuf Demir on the right hand side, who tries to beat his marker, but cuts it back to Campanale, who puts a ball in for Sane. And, it's just gone over and gone for a goal kick. Still 0-0. So Sane with the corner here. In swinger. And it's cleared out to Wagner on the edge of the area. Malik picks it up. Blanco to Adeyemi, out to Sane on the left hand side. Ball in. And Demir wins the header, and that's 1-0 Schalke. Lovely link up play by Sane and Demir. Ball over from Sane and Demir wins the header. Lovely play. So we keep the ball quite nicely in the middle here. Nice one-touch football. Adeyemi plays it out to Sane. One touch, chipped ball over, and Demir wins the header. Their centre-back should have won the ball realistically, but I'll take it. 1-0. And they've got the resulting kickoff here. Trying to play it around, but we're pressuring them quite hard, so hopefully we can win the ball back and get another goal to make it 2-0. But they are keeping it quite nicely under the pressure that we're forcing them. They slot it past Campanale and it's wayward, but Podolek's easily going to claim that. Plays it out to Kevin, who's driving forward a bit. Plays it out to Rigari, into Blanco. Wagner. Back to Blanco, into Sidi Sane. Blanco plays a ball over to Demir, lovely ball, and he's driving with it. Back to Scott. Wagner picks it up though. Blanco, challenge from behind, but he wins the ball. Falls to Scott, out to Campanale. Blanco slots in Adeyemi, and that's 2-0. Lovely through ball by Blanco there, and Adeyemi on his toes and just slots it past the keeper. It's a lovely play again. Could have had lots of shots in this highlight, but keep the ball very nicely. Lovely slotted through ball from Blanco, and Adeyemi alive as ever to slot it past the goalkeeper on his debut. So it looks like it could have been a close offside, but no, not close at all. So that's 2-0 Schalke. Throwing with Campanale on the right hand side to Scott. Wagner to Demir, plays a ball over to Sane, and ball goes straight into the keeper's arms. Free kick with them just outside the edge. They have a shot and it hits the bar, and Kevin's having to clear that out for a corner. Could be the one and only time that they test our goal, but it's quite nerve-wracking that. From the resulting corner, they put it in, win the header, and Podolek has to make a save. So they're having a few chances now. Hoof down from their goalkeeper, and our centre-backs win the ball, knock it back to Podolek with a header. So he picks the ball up and just rolls it out to Malik on the right centre-back, out to Campanale, into Wagner. Demir picks it up now, driving forward. Blanco slots it through to Sane. Oh, and he hits the outside of the post and it goes out for a goal kick. coming up to half time now, and we're 2-0 up, so looking quite comfortable. And just before the half time whistle, we've got a corner, and it hits the outside of the post again from Malik. We look threatening from those corners. So half time now, 2-0 up. I'll ask for the exact same from the boys, and I hope to get more goals in the second half. They've got a throw in on their right hand side, play it forward, knock it inside, and they're trying to beat our man here. I think it's Blanco's closing him down. Ball comes in, Campanale can't win the header, and it's gone in. So Campanale at the back stick is out jumped by their player, and Podlek has no chance in saving that. It was the header was tucked nicely into the bottom corner. So as you can see, that's actually Wagner who's closing him down. Doesn't get a challenge in, and Campanale's just out jumped at the back stick, and yeah, Podlek's got no chance. So they pull one back just after half time, which is disappointing. So we've got a free kick about 25 yards out. Rugari plays it into Adeyemi to Sane. Out to Rugari. Sane across to Adeyemi. Lovely worked free kick there. I thought Rugari was going to have a shot from about 25-30 yards out, but just plays it into Adeyemi, knocks it to Sane, back to Rugari, slots Sane in, and then plays a sweaty ball across to Adeyemi to get his second of the game. So with half an hour left to go, Campanale has had a bit of a rough game, so we're going to take him off. We also might take off Scott and bring on Mark Noble for his debut today, and let's bring off Yusuf Demir, and we'll bring in Yusuf, who we signed last year. So let's give him a bit of a run out in the side today. They've got a goal kick here. Keeper plays it long and Wagner wins the ball. Tries to play in Sane but can't. But Rugari's going to pick it up and plays in Sane this time. Plays it back to Rugari, who plays the ball in. Adeyemi wins the header, and it's just wide to keep it 3-1 to Schalke. So with 10 minutes to go, it looks like we're going to win this game quite comfortably. We've dominated the game, as you expect from a side that's not even in the playable leagues. But they have filled out their attendance of 5,000, so they'll get a nice chunk of money from this, playing a big side like Schalke. But yeah, we've had 35 shots, 14 on target, an XG of 5.03. So do expect us to have scored a few more goals. But apart from that, we've got a highlight here just before the end of the game with Rugari. Corner comes in, and Yusuf wins the corner. So makes it 4-1 just before the full-time whistle. Can't really complain at this result realistically. So Rugari just plays it in. Realistically, we should be playing for a centre-back there. But our right winger, Yusuf, wins the ball and makes it 4-1. So there we are. The full-time whistle has blown. Rugari has had a beautiful game on a 9.4. You also look at the likes of Adeyemi, 8.7. Sane, 8.3. Malik, 8.4. Yusuf, Demir, 7.9. All have had a really good game, so I'm very pleased with the boys. So after that comfortable 4-1 win in the Pokal, we'll come back against Borussia Dortmund, one of our rivals. It's also known as the Revier Derby, so quite looking forward to getting my teeth stuck into a derby against Borussia Dortmund. So let's just jump straight into that. So the first game of the season is today between Freiburg versus Bayern Munich. Bayern Munich have obviously been the dominant force, but let's see where we're predicted after all of the transfers we've done so far this season. And we're actually predicted 10th in the league, joint with 8th in the league, but also joint with 13th in the league. So they're predicting us any place in between there, which is quite interesting. And as you can see, Kevin pops up quite early on out of all of the players in the league, so he's one of the key players in the league. And then our second player is Yusuf Demir, looking quite good realistically. So teams that came up with us was only Holstein Klein, and their players are at the bottom of the key player list. So it looks like we've made some amazing signings so far this year, and we have also brought in Sam McCallum on loan from Norwich to be the backup defender to Regari this year. He will be our starter, but to know that we've got a good backup in Sam McCallum is very good to know. So let's just jump straight into the game against Dortmund now. So jumping into this game against Dortmund, we've made a few changes. So we've brought in Georgie as our goalkeeper instead of Podlek, and we've also brought in Tevez for the experience in the centre attack in mid. I know he's not very sharp, but he's a very good player, and I hope he can make the difference. But also with some admin work, we did bring in Eddie Salcido in the end from Inter Milan on loan. So he will be our backup for this season. Very good backup. But let's just jump into the game now. As you can see with their side, they've got some strong players in the side like Haaland, Royce, Bellingham, Giovanni Reina. But I'm not too sure on this Mori or this Kobel. So hopefully we can utilise our strong left-hand side and we can cause some damage down the right. So the game starts off here with our kickoff. And Adeyemi plays it back to our centre-backs, who play it out to Regari on the left-hand side. And this is going to be our dangerous spot. And he plays in Adeyemi for an early chance, who looks to chip the keeper, and it's just wide. Very early chance, and it was very unlucky from Adeyemi. But that's where we're going to be most dangerous, is down our left-hand side. Strong player in Regari and Sane. So let's hope we can cause some damage down that side. So they've got a goal kick here. Play it short at Hummels. Over to the other side. Out to Guerrero at left back. Tries to play ball over the top for Marlon. Tries to play inside for Haaland. But Scott's there to recover and win the ball back. Drives forward a bit and tries to play ball over top to Adeyemi, but he can't outpace Hummels. His Hummels experience is showing there. And they play it up to Marlon, keeping the ball. But we're applying some pressure on Guerrero now on the left-hand side. He tries to play the ball over the top again, but we intercept, but it falls straight back to them, and they're through with Erling Haaland, and it's 1-0 to Dortmund. Haaland's a very dangerous player, but Bellingham plays a lovely cutting through ball. But I think it was Malik, our centre-back, was playing Haaland onside. Oh, it could have been close, but I think he might have just played him onside. Let's see from the second replay. Hopefully they show us. Nope, they don't. But from that kickoff that we've got, play it to Malik, who's driving forward. Plays it out to Regari, and we've got loads of space on the left-hand side here. And he's just driving forward with it. Into Sane. Back to Regari here. To Sane. Beats his man. And has a shot, and it's just over the bar. So that would have been a lovely goal from Sane there, but it stays 1-0 to Borussia Dortmund. So we've got a goal kick here. Out to Malik at our right centre-back position. Back to our goalkeeper. Dortmund are applying a bit of pressure here, so hopefully we can get them over the top. Sane tries to play it over the top to Hummels, but his experience in headering shows there. Bellingham tries to play it out to Guerrero, but Demir intercepts. Plays it through to Adeyemi, one-on-one with the goalkeeper. But the goalkeeper saves, makes himself very big, and Adeyemi can't put it past him. But he picks the ball up, plays it over, and they were saying it's a perfectly timed slide tackle. And they're coming away here with Haaland on the counter. Can Kevin stop him in his tracks? And it's a perfect challenge from Kevin there to bring the play to a halt. Corner here with Marco Royce. Ball played in. And they win the header with Hummels, but it falls to Scott, who hoofs it clear, and it stays 1-0. So Scott's got it in the middle of the park into Tevez, Campanale, to Malik, back to Georgie, hoofs it up to Adeyemi, but he's out-jumped by Hummels once again. Witsel plays it into Royce, and Marlon looks like he could be through. Slots in Haaland, and it's 2-0. Erling Haaland slots it past our goalkeeper again. We seem to be losing out on the two men that they're playing up top in Marlon and Haaland. But yeah, Hummels wins the header. Witsel plays to Royce, into Marlon, who slots through Hummels. Our centre-backs look like they're in no man's land realistically. And Haaland just slots it past our goalkeeper to make it 2-0 to Dortmund. So they've got a corner here with Marco Reus on the left-hand side. Ball comes in again. Haaland wins the header and it's just over. That could have easily been his hat-trick there. But we're caught napping and we have a lucky escape. 5 minutes to go to half-time. We've got thrown here with Rugari, who plays it into Sane. Tevez played very poorly today on a 6.3. I might have to look to take him off at half-time. I thought his experience in controlling the game would show, but it really hasn't. But we pick up the ball from a sloppy Haaland pass and we play it out to Yusuf Demir on the right-hand side. And we're going to try and come out on this left-hand side, hopefully, where a lot of the space is. Out here. But we're just keeping the ball and we need to make an attack soon. But we play it out to Campanale with a lot of space. Plays the ball over to Adeyemi, who's through on goal again. But the keeper saves again. That's disappointing. That's 2 one-on-ones that Adeyemi has missed. So his finishing and composure is starting to show this game. So here we go, half-time. We have looked like we've had a few good chances on a 0.92 XG. But I will tell the boys that I'm disappointed. And I'll make one change. I'll bring off Karloff Tevez and I'll bring in Wagner. I really liked Wagner the way that he played last game, but let's hope he can make a difference this game. Half an hour to go now. We haven't had another highlight, so I will look to make a change. I'll bring off Blanco and I will bring on Can, is it? If it would like to do the change, there we go. So I'll bring on Can. He's another youngster. Looks relatively good, and they've brought off Marco Reus and brought in Julian Brandt, who's another good player. So they've got the ball here with Matt Hummels at the back, sprays it out to Mori on the right hand side, into Haaland, out to Mori again, he tries skipping past Rugari, and they try and play the ball over for Marlon, who wins the header and knocks it to Bellingham, into Brandt, back to Reyer, and that was lovely play by Dortmund. That was quite fortunate that we didn't concede another there, if I'm being honest. And from that resulting throw-in, they've got it here with Reina into Marland, and he has a shot, and oh my god, that is a gorgeous goal by Marlon, but very disappointing that we didn't close him down on the edge of the area. So they're throwing here into Reina, and he's just got acres of space and he just bends it into the top corner. The keeper has no chance in saving that. So that's a lovely goal from Marlon, but disappointing on our end. With 20 minutes to go, we're going to make our final change. We're going to bring on Eddie and see how he gets on against the Dortmund defence. So with 5 minutes to go, we've actually looked quite good at points. We've had similar shots. They've had a few more on target and we're actually beating them on XG. But overall, Borussia Dortmund's class has just shown today in their dominance. But hopefully we can pull one back here, but we give it away with Campanale. And Bellingham picks it up and plays it to their centre-back, back to Bellingham. And they're just popping it around our strikers. Very disappointing. They play it out to Meunier out on the right-hand side, who tries slotting in Haaland. Let's hope he doesn't get his hat-trick here. But he's forced wide and plays Dahoud on the edge, who has a shot and it's just wide. So that's quite fortunate from us again. But Borussia Dortmund's class has just shown this game, and it's very disappointing that we couldn't even get a goal against them. We had a few chances with Adeyemi and stuff, but Malik had a strong game on a 7.4, even though we conceded 3 goals. But overall, I'm disappointed to lose out against our rivals, really. So let's just see when we are next going to meet. So what we'll do here, is I did think about doing the Bayern game, but I feel like we're just going to get dominated again and it's not going to be enjoyable to show. Then I also did think about showing you the transfer deadline day and showing you Freiburg and the second round of the Pokal, but hopefully we can win this Pokal and progress further, and that's when I'll start to show more. So I'll actually go for the Mönchengladbach and the Freiburg game. It's quite interesting that Mönchengladbach are shown similar odds to us, and they also qualified for the Europa Cup last year, so hopefully that will be an interesting game against them. So we'll come back for them in the next episode. But thank you very much for watching, guys. If you do enjoy, make sure you like and subscribe, and check our Instagram out in the description below. And anyway, thanks for watching and see you later.